I am here with the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose, talking about WWE 2K16. This is a big game, biggest roster ever in a WWE game. How does it feel to be a part of this epic experience?
Yeah, this is the biggest game they've ever put out, and it's the biggest roster and the most features, and the 2K people make you look exactly like you are in real life. It's like they just transport your brain right to the game. You know, it's cool to see not just yourself in the game, but the guys you wrestle with every night, and see how everybody is just so realistic. And it's like turning on Monday Night Raw, but having control over what happens. You know, it's crazy.
So the first time you put the game in, you're starting up, you're in a title match. Dean Ambrose versus...
You got to go for him right away. I would do Dean Ambrose versus the Terminator, because the Terminator is the unlockable character.
Oh, look at this, JR. What's he doing to him? He's stomping a mud hole and Jake the Snake.
Here with Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, mentioning the superstar mode where you get to play as you through your rise, starting off with that first match against Jake the Snake at King of the Ring. Did you ever think, way back when, that eventually, even 12 years after you're done wrestling, that'd be like, you know what? Who could we put on the cover that encapsulates just how awesome this franchise is becoming, but Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Man, it was a real cool time, and you never would have figured in a million years, you know, that one match could, you know, spring everything that it did. But you got to remember, and I always remember, the roster that we had that whole entire ride, because some guys are already there in the Hall of Fame that were from that same era. There's going to be many more that come in from that era. So really, you had a locker room full of guys that could have been main eventing just about every single night. We had a stacked crew. It was a bunch of badass talent, and it was very deep. So it was a great time. Well, it was the most, you know, profitable time in the business of pro wrestling, and I'll still call it that. So it was a great time. It's neat to go back and see how all the pieces fit together.
WWE 2K16. Now this game is so badass that they had to bring you back, make you the cover star. You had to unearth the belt.
Hey man, I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Now, I don't know why I would have buried the belt in the field to begin with. I didn't even ask that question. It was just such a cool thing to do. I said, it sounds like a good idea, so we'll go do it. The director was really cool. We filmed that whole series of videos over the course of about 12 hours. And I was right in the middle of filming my reality show, Broken Skull Challenge, so I had to do that on a day off. And went out there, it was hotter than hell. It was a great experience, and the thought and the detail and the research that they put into all the backstories as all the chapters of Austin unfold from 3-1 all the way to 3-16 is really badass, and it blew me away. I got a chance to see some of the story mode in the back as my first time to really get a chance to see and feel the game, and it's really cool. And to be on the cover 12 years after you retired, it's a pretty good kick in the ass. I dig it.
Well, anything that lets me unearth my Smoking Skull title has got to be well worth it. Stone Cold, thank you very much.
Good talking to you.
Awesome.